Hello and welcome back to Regiments, and today we are going to be in the final defensive phase of this stage. After that we are going to move forward onto the Ulsla Valley. But before we can do that, our forces need some reinforcements. We have 151 points of operational authority, and as much as I want to spend it to upgrade our task forces, I think it would be better to upgrade our engineering support. This way we can get some additional forces onto the battlefield that are going to soak up some of the damage. And after that we will have to spend our points to upgrade our remaining forces. This way we still have 26 points of operational authority left that we could theoretically spend, but I think we should save them up for the next stage of the operation, and hopefully this is going to give us enough points to finally upgrade our task forces further. And with that out of the way, we have to take a look at our operations log, because we got some further information from our headquarters. The intensity of Warsaw Pact artillery strikes is rising. Belgians in Göttingen and the 21st Panzergrenadier Brigade in Kassel report house-to-house fighting. A Soviet tank element has been rerouted to help the Volksarmee force the breakthrough in your sector. Muster all anti-tank defenses you can. And we have also some further notes on the NATO Corps. Nortek's southernmost element was Belgian 1st Corps. Delayed mobilization during the tense period before the war meant they had to contain the Soviet onslaught with just 2 divisions, an array of REC units and an attached British armored brigade. Outdated Belgian equipment barely matched that of East German forces, never mind the Soviet tank units. Further north, British 1st Corps held the line across the rolling North German plain. Still in the middle of a very troublesome rearmament effort, and with a mix of novel and outdated tactical concepts, the British Corps was nevertheless a prime formation thanks to the exceptional training and high morale. Well, all of this sounds fine and dandy, but none of that is going to help us in the upcoming fight. Let's hope we can at least pick a good event. And as it looks like we don't really have something good to choose from. And I think we might be well informed to choose electronic warfare. This way the command radius of our HQ unit is going to be reduced, and the same goes for the accuracy of our SAM sights. But I haven't really been using any of those in this stage, therefore we should be fine with this one. Air superiority on the other hand would really be nice, but unfortunately I do not know what's going to come in the battles ahead, and therefore I would like to save it up. Let's just hope for the best and let's get into it. Okay, I think the battlefield is prepared and we are almost ready to fight. Over on the left side we have a Gepard, we also have some Panzergrenadiers, and we have a Leopard 1A5. We also have another platoon of Panzergrenadiers in this section over here, together with our tank hunters, and we are going to have a unit of stationary anti-air over here. Further to our rear we have our supplies and our mortars, and over here at Schäden we have 2 more tank platoons that are able to easily assist any pushes over here and over here. Lastly, we have a unit of leopards that is trying to ambush the enemy in this area. We also have some stationary tank hunters in this area. And we lastly going to have some stationary scouts over here that are hopefully able to pick enemy movement from this direction or from this direction. We also still have a lot of stationary allied units in this area. To round everything off, we have our Roland anti-air system behind Echo to make sure that the entire area should be safe from enemy air attacks. And with that we should be able to fight. We can see that our anti-air systems are placed as wished. We should be very much able to stop enemy attacks. I'm just very, very disappointed that I wasn't able to get some artillery in. Enemy forces are already coming in. Let's quickly call in some artillery on those positions. These infantries are about to be completely destroyed. Only 2 vehicles left. More tanks are moving up from over there, and we have enemy artillery in this section. We are sending in our own tanks to support. Just a few more meters, and we are able to open up on the enemy onslaught. These tanks apparently are unable to see the enemy and therefore unable to fight. Let's quickly push them forward so that we can ambush those tanks. These tankers need to move forward. The rest of the front line for the moment looks relatively safe. These units are getting hit. These scouts should be annihilated within an instant. These HQ units are also, hopefully, not a threat. And we have to be very careful that not more enemy forces are coming in to ambush us. Enemy artillery strikes are coming in over there. And we have just noticed more enemy shelling from this direction. Let's get these tanks back, because I'm expecting more enemy fire. And let's try to get these tanks forward carefully. Maybe we are able to spot and to destroy enemy. Let's get them in a fighting position, or better, let's get them down here. Let's get our supplies forward. And over here, we might not be able to hit enemy artillery. There is more forces over there. That would be too dangerous. These tanks need to get out of there. They're suppressed and they got hit pretty hard. These tanks need to stay in the area. We have more enemies coming up. But we can get our tank hunters forward. From there they should be able to hopefully flank the enemy. Unfortunately, we do not have much in the area to help right now. Let's get these tanks around. Hopefully this is going to be enough. We were able to annihilate those tanks. These tanks in the meantime need to pull back. Quick fighting retreat, and then we should be fine. And as soon as these leopards have arrived over here, they are going to be able to flank the enemy. These supplies, I want them to move out of there. Because as it looks right now, we are unable to hold over here. Artillery is coming in. These tanks can retreat. These tanks can retreat. The rest of our forces unfortunately need to hold out. And we can get these leopards forward. Oh yeah, these guys got hit pretty hard. Can we smoke them up? They have lost a vehicle. Let's get them out. Let's get them out. We are losing ground. But we have resources. We can get more stuff in. These anti-air systems should be annihilated soon. These leopards should be able to flank those tanks. Let's hope this is not going to be too much of a threat.
Zone lost.
We have pioneers over here that we are able to hit. Let's quickly annihilate those. And I am going to send these tanks over. More tanks are coming up. I am going to send them on this position. And as it looks like, these tanks also need to get out. I want our supplies to get the hell out of there. Our motors also need to withdraw. Let's get them over here. Enemy infantry is pushing us hard. Let's hope with the arrival of reinforcings we can help out. These tanks need to withdraw. They got hit extremely hard. I think they only have one left. And we are getting more trouble over here. Yeah, the enemy is hitting us extremely hard. We have forces that are hopefully able to help. These tanks need to move back, move into cover. Artillery destroy these forces. Mortars are hopefully able to hold back the approaching enemy infantry. And over here we are getting flanked. Let's pull back, boys. Let's hope our Gepards can also help against those infantry's. What do we have available? Not much. We can get some tank hunters in. We can also get some artillery in. Let's just put them on point and immediately give them the order to shell everything into hell and damnation. Well, these guys need to make a fighting retreat. And we can get more tanks forward. We are going to get the areas that we have lost back, but it is going to take a little bit of time. We have 30 minutes left for this battle. So let's make sure we will make all of these minutes count. Artillery, shift target. These guys get out. Supplies can fall back. These leopards need to hold back the enemy onslaught. These Marauds need to withdraw. They have been completely destroyed, almost completely destroyed. And we need to get these Gepards forward to stop these infantries. And there we have this. Just lost our tank hunters. No, our mortars, my apologies. Tanks, you need to fall back. The enemy is pushing us extremely hard. It was looking so good until now. Well, artillery. Fire away. These tanks should move into the area. These leopards can get down to our supplies. They just need to fight every step of the way. Gepards are running out of ammunition. Not much they can do. Let's order them to fall back. They are at least able to hold on their own as long as they have ammunition. And over here we are going to push forward onto Gulf. These tanks can get repaired. And we should be able to call fresh tank reserves. Let's do that. More enemy units coming up. Our Jaguars should be able to annihilate those forces. These are T-80s. Our Leopards are a bit outdated. Let's get them into the cover of those trees. Artillery, fire away.
Zone lost.
We have lost Gulf. We have lost the village over here. These Gepards need to get out. We are soon going to get in more deployments. We are getting fresh tanks forward. And these tanks are getting ready. Let's get them forward. These tanks in the meantime, well, I would like to get them repaired, but they have to move forward for the moment. Their durability is low. But I hope that we can regroup over here, get them repaired, and then push back the enemy for good. We have 100 further points. Let's get in some more Panzer Grenadiers. Let's get these tanks a bit forward. They can't leave this zone, otherwise they would not be capturing it. We need to get forward over here.
Zone captured.
And we are now finally retaking some ground. Ground has been captured. Let's make sure we repair over here and let's prepare in these forests. Infantry's were attacking our tanks, but we were able to quickly push them away. We have more infantry coming up. We still have artillery in the area. Unfortunately, not enough deployment points to send more stuff forward. And luckily, we moved quick enough to make sure that the enemy air support wasn't able to hurt us. These guys get back so that you can actually get repaired. And over here we are going to send our forces forward into town. Let's hope it is undefended. These guys need to get into ambush positions. Let's also get our Panzer Grenadiers forward over here. These ones are going to move over here, and I hope that these forces are simply strong enough to notify us of every other attack that is coming up. Because we simply are stretched fairly thin and can't easily divert forces. Schweden is soon going to be back in our hands. We have 8 minutes left. And with that, we were hopefully able to stop the last enemy push. And I think this anti-air system with its massive range
Zone captured.
would be best used over here. This way we should be able to stop everything within high altitude that the enemy is sending onto the battlefield before it becomes a massive threat. These tanks, I want them over here. Our Panzer Grenadiers, I want them over here. They should hopefully be able to support. With these forces, we should be able to support each other over here, make an overlapping kill zone. These Leopards and these Jaguars will have to rush in whenever we can spot an enemy attack, and currently it looks like the enemy might be preparing something over here. Or not. Echo is under attack. We have forces over here that are coming up. Apparently we could not spot the enemy from the direction that we were in. Let's get our forces to move out. Let's get these boys dismounted. And these tankers need to withdraw. Move into reverse. Slaughter those tanks.
Zone lost.
Wonderful. We can lose Echo. We're hitting some enemy artillery. This is good. Let's quickly move over here. Pioneers are coming in. Our tanks need to get the hell out of there. Jaguars also need to fall back. They need ammunition. And we need to get these Leopards off the field, otherwise they're going to get completely destroyed. Our Pioneers, our Panzer Grenadiers are hopefully able to hold the Pioneers back. Let's also order some artillery strikes over there, because I do not know what is gathering in that area. And we're going to push forward with these tanks on the counterattack. Oh yeah! Good shots. Unfortunately, this also goes for the enemy. We need to get these infantries out. We should be able to hit those Pioneers into the rear. Soon we are able to get fresh forces onto the battlefield. Let's get some Pioneers up. I think the enemy is going to target this position next. And let's try to get Schweden back, and after that we are going to push forward onto Echo. These forces have fueled up again. Let's divert some tank support. I'm going to leave our tank hunters here. We only have one platoon of tanks left in this unit. Not good, but we will have to send them in. Otherwise, I don't think we will have much of a choice holding the area. I still want to get them onto this position though. And now we have to go hunting. Oh yeah, these Leopards are severely understrength. They only have one vehicle left. I think then the unit is going to be destroyed in its entirety. Let's just hope we can keep them out of trouble. But so far it looks like we are able to stop these T-55s. We have more enemies coming up. Artillery, open up. These tanks need to get ready. And I just wish I had a better knowledge on the battlefield, but we can't even get more scouts in. We have more units over there. Let's get these forces rotated. And we need our artillery to fire away on these positions. These leopards, I want them to move back slightly. Leopards need to pull out. They're almost destroyed. We have more forces over there. I very much do not like this development. We are almost out of options to call in. But we were at least able to stop these pioneers before they became a massive threat. Let's get these martyrs forward to stop these infanterists.
Zone captured.
And it looks like the enemy is not focusing over here, but instead trying to capture Echo. Supplies need to get back. Artillery is reloading. Please focus on that cluster down there. Tanks, stop those tank hunters before our own forces are getting destroyed. And we can get some very damaged and exhausted tank hunters forward. Pioneers, dismount. Do your best. These guys need to fall back. We only have 2 vehicles left in this unit. Their durability is pretty much shot up, but they need to hold out for a little while longer. And we need to call in further artillery on those positions. Let's heavily focus on that. And it appears we were able to stop the enemy over there completely. Let's get these tanks forward. Maybe they can do a little bit of help. Pioneers are pulling up over here. Let's hope they can reach the area before these guys are going to destroy them. And call in more artillery fire.
Captured.
We still have some options to fight. So let's do whatever we can. Pioneers, get into reverse. Let's hope they are not hitting your rear. Tanks, pull up over here.
1 minute remaining.
We only have 1 minute left to hold. The enemy is sending everything they have at us. Let's get the artillery called in. These tanks, you need to move down. We need to do whatever we can to help our guys hold onto Echo. But as it looks like, I don't think they are able to hold on their own. That was a good hit. Our artillery can fire once more. Tanks are coming in. We have destroyed this unit. Let's get the pioneers forward to hopefully break the line of sight of the enemy. Three seconds left and we are leaving this battle while holding all of our objectives. The fighting was tough. We had over 55 men killed. We have 154 men wounded and 10 men missing, meaning that we have over 219 total casualties. We have also lost over 34 of our vehicles. These are some heavy losses. On the enemy side, they had over 217 men killed, 589 men wounded and 30 men missing, meaning that they have total casualties of 836. They've also lost over 106 of their vehicles. And once more, we have engaged a lot of enemy forces, and we were able to annihilate a couple of them. The enemy forces were able to annihilate some of our allied tank hunters, and one of our leopards has also been completely annihilated. The same goes for our mortars. But other than that, I can only see destroyed enemy platoons. Therefore, I think this fight was more or less successful. And with that, we are finally leaving the flank at Göttingen, and we are moving forward to the Ulsla Valley. We also have over 255 deployment points to prepare for the next phase, and we are going to use them well. But we are going to do that in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I thank you all for watching. And until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.